Hi everyone, Matt Stuart here with Coldwell Banker Ronan Realty, here to talk to you about the September 2022 market stats. I'm going to go over all the areas that I cover, and at the very end I'm going to give you my takeaway and maybe a little bit of predictions what I think is going to happen through the rest of the fall and into the new year. As we look at the Midland market for August and September of 2022, we saw in August the average purchase price was $596,000. In September, we saw that drop a little bit by 3.7% to $574,000. We saw 45 new listings in August, and we saw 60 new listings in September. We saw 23 sales in August and only 15 in September. Again, we had more inventory come to those areas, which is really good to see. We saw the pricing dip a little bit, which is great for buyers. In terms of number of sales, those are going to drop off as inventory levels tend to increase a little bit because, again, buyers are just going to take a little bit longer to choose. You can do your home inspections, all your due diligence. So that just brings the number of sales down on a month-over-month basis. But again, pretty consistent across the board. No real major changes. I know it says 33% in terms of new listings as well as 34% change in sales. But from 23 to 15, I don't think that's a huge jump. And then from 45 to 60, that's a positive number that we want to see for buyers. Thanks for tuning in to my market stats for 2022 in September. My takeaway from what we're seeing in the stats from last month, we're starting to see some consistency in the market. Things are starting to balance out as buyers and sellers are both starting to be accustomed to the new normal, which is, again, higher interest rates, inventory levels are starting to increase. But as you've seen through the statistics, some of the markets there, we saw increases in price, we saw decreases in price, we saw increases in inventory, and we saw decreases in inventory. So I want everyone to keep in mind that each market is definitely different. There's some good deals that can be had in this market for buyers, and there's some good sale prices to be taken advantage of from sellers. So if you do have questions about the market in your own specific area, feel free to reach out to me. All my contact details are below. And like my prediction for the fall going into the winter is we're gonna see the number of sales start to decline as we get closer to winter, but we're gonna see some consistency finally in terms of pricing, which means that for buyers, there's gonna be some good deals, and sellers, you're gonna start to get some consistency in the numbers in the sales of homes. So that's my takeaway for what's going to happen going into the fall and winter. Thank you again for tuning in. If you have any questions or want to chat about real estate, all my contact details are below. Thanks for tuning in.